Hi, I'm very excited about this fish here. I've heard about it a bit over the last 30 years. It's got quite an interesting history in this country, the snoek. But I've never set eyes on it. And then some South African guy rang up and said, "Can you get me some snoek?" And I thought, I wonder if I can. So I started making a few phone calls. And hey, 6 months later, 6 months it took, we got a pallet of snoek. Came in boxes like this. It came from South Africa, but in fact, I was interested to read on the label that the fish is actually from New Zealand. So the snoek, although it's most famous in South Africa, is in all of those southern oceans, and the New Zealand snoek is very good quality. I understand in New Zealand, the snoek is known as the barracuda. So for you Kiwis, we have barracuda. So inside the box, this is what arrived, okay? So we get these great big pieces of fish. That is a snoek as delivered to us. So it's had the head and tail knocked off and it's been butterflied, which means that it looks like this. So when that is defrosted, you get this really quite large piece of fish, which as you can see has been opened out, and it's been cured with a little bit of salt. Don't think that's a dominating feature of it, but the cut is really quite interesting. That's how you would cut it in South Africa. And this bit here is basically, that's the backbone. So you can see that was in there, and that's how the fish was. So some of the bones, but by no means all of them, have been cut out. And I understand that in South Africa, you'd slap that on your braai, your barbecue, and start putting the butter on it. Now, that is not a very practical shape for us to ship. So we make a couple of amendments. We take off this bony piece here, and then we cut it in half, comme ça. So this is what you're going to get in your pack of snoek. Okay, you're going to get that fillet with the backbone removed, cut into two, and actually we pack it like that. So you're getting those two pieces in your pack, and you can reconstruct that on your, you might have to use a barbecue in this country, I'm afraid. But at any rate, as you can see, that is very close to the real thing. And I need to point out here that this fish, because it's presented like this, it has a few worms. Most fish, a lot of fish have a few worms, which are usually trimmed out. And they tend to be around there and some up here in the gut area. People have different attitudes towards worms. They taste fine, I can assure you. They're not going to do you any harm as long as they're cooked or dead. But if you are a bit picky about worms, you might want to examine this quite carefully before you cook it. So that's everything I can tell you about the snoek, a very exciting fish, and I hope you're going to try it very soon.